7 News is your local election headquarters, and former President Donald Trump is going to win the South Carolina Republican primary. The unofficial results, as they are still counting votes tonight, show that the former president secured about 60% of the vote, another 38% going to former Governor Nikki Haley. Today's votes extends his lead against Haley in that race for delegates in the Republican nomination.
Haley was defiant in her loss, and despite Trump's big wins in Iowa, New Hampshire, Nevada, and now South Carolina, she is vowing to stay in the race. The Trump crowd gathered in Columbia, where he was surrounded by most of the state's top leaders backing his candidacy. Haley's event was in Charleston, where she lives, and voted this morning. The primary race was called very early this evening for Trump, just after 7 o'clock.
An even bigger win than we anticipated, and I was just informed that we got double the number of votes that has ever been received in the great state of South Carolina.
I said earlier this week that no matter what happens in South Carolina, I would continue to run for president. I'm a woman of my word.
Haley says she'll be in Michigan tomorrow. She and Trump both have their eyes on Super Tuesday next, when voters in 15 states and 1 territory head to the polls.
So both candidates have spent time campaigning across the state today in those last-minute efforts to pick up votes. Trump supporters were celebrating his win in Columbia, where our Kelsey O'Donnell is standing by live. Kelsey.
Yeah, well, Gordon, it's pretty quiet here now. Not much going on here at the fairgrounds in Columbia. This is the official site of the watch party for former President Donald Trump tonight for the primaries. We'll take you back inside just a couple of minutes after those polls closed. And the unofficial results came in projecting the former president as the winner of that South Carolina primary, as you mentioned there. Those at the watch party, well, they erupted with excitement, as you can imagine. Several minutes after that unofficial results, and they really came in, Trump took the stage, backed by family members and other top government officials here in South Carolina. He spoke for about 20 minutes, then the celebrations began.
Is South Carolina Trump country?
Nobody's going to be able to take this country but him. He's the only one that's going to be able to take this.
Trump is so powerful, and he has dominated the Republican. But I still like Nikki Haley to continue, because I want to have some balance. I have some kind of diversity in the party.
We just hit maximum velocity, and we're going all the way.
And again, as we mentioned, not much going on here right now, but we are continuing to wait for that official margin of that vote count as they come in tonight. For now, we're live in Columbia. Kelsey O'Donnell, 7 News.
Kelsey, thanks. So what was support like for former President Trump here in the upstate? Take a look. We pulled together the numbers for counties with 95% of the vote counted. Mr. Trump had anywhere from 60 to 85% of the vote in these counties. Now let's talk turnout. We know about 6% of South Carolina's registered voters cast the ballots early before the polls even opened today. Our Scarlett Lizjack spoke with Spartanburg County election officials about turnout.
Voters in Spartanburg County gathered at the 83 polling locations to make their selection for the Republican nominee.
I think every vote counts.
No, I'm not a super political person, but as an average American that is just trying to make my way, I feel it's important to have a voice and for it to be heard.
Some voters had a tough decision to make.
I actually have met Governor Haley before. She's a great lady, and I also had voted for Trump in the past, so I felt like it was a really hard decision for me to make between those two.
For others, the choice was easy.
It wasn't a hard decision at all. I'm voting for Trump. I think our country is being destroyed, and I truly believe that we need to take it back. I think Donald Trump is the only one who can.
Spartanburg County voter registration and election says by 3 p.m. more than 28,000 people voted.
It's a strong turnout. It's comparable to previous Republican presidential primaries. It's been running smoothly. Wait times have not really been an issue. To the best of my knowledge, waits have been around 10 minutes most places. or less.
Voting officials say because of a state-mandated cost-saving measure that temporarily combined polling locations, more people than usual went to the wrong place to vote.
Those temporary changes have exacerbated the issue a bit because we have a lot more voters with precinct polling location changes today than we normally have on election day. This is definitely a little bit more of an issue today than it normally is in terms of voters not using that scvotes.gov resource to find their temporary polling location.
Spartanburg County Voter Registration and Election says they are in need of more poll workers for the next election on June 11th. In Spartanburg, Scarlett Lischak, 7 News.
South Carolina awards 50 delegates to the Republican National Convention based on the results tonight. The winner takes 29 of them. The rest get divided by congressional district, and who wins each district, which is based on the early returns. Looks like Trump is leading at this point with at least 44 delegates. Going into South Carolina, Donald Trump had 64 delegates, Haley had 17, and it takes 1,215 to win the Republican nomination.
We'll continue our coverage of